What's up, Infected, and welcome to the Kwarenteen. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a game that's come to Kickstarter by the name of Cheer Up. Now if you like what you see here, I'll have a link up here and down in the description that'll take you directly to their Kickstarter. It'll provide way more information than I could possibly cover in this video. The other thing I have to say is that everything you see in this video is of course a Kickstarter prototype of the game, so everything you see is of course subject to change. On top of that, the Kickstarter is going to come with way more cards than you're going to see here. All I have is a small demo copy for the review for the purposes of review. So what is Cheer Up? Well, Cheer Up is a game that's on the same vein as games like Cards Against Humanity and Joking Hazard and other games in that same genre, where you're trying to pander to the judge, you're trying to make the most obscene and ridiculous thing just to make everybody go, oh Jesus Christ, and start laughing, and it's meant to just be a fun little party game. So how does it stand up? I don't know. Let's go over to the overview. Alright, in Cheer Up, the game is very simple. You're going to determine who's going to be the first judge and then proceed clockwise. But when you're the judge, you're going to take the top cue card and you're going to reveal it and read it for everybody. So in this case, what always reminds you of your childhood? So you're going to be using A cards, B cards, and C cards. So now everybody's going to draw 2 cards from each pile, and then you're going to look at them and determine what you think is going to be the funniest. And of course, pander to the judge a little bit because they're the ones that's going to give you the point. So let's see, we have ass flavored and battery operated, hot dog and stripper, and then making a sex tape and going above and beyond. So you know what? I think maybe an ass-flavored stripper making a sex tape is what reminds me of my childhood. So you're going to take these and you're going to discard them in their appropriate piles, and then everybody's just going to sit here giggling at their card, essentially. And then once everybody's ready, the judge is then going to reveal one of these R cards and read it out loud. So accents. The dealer must choose one of the following accents or impressions. All players must imitate it when saying their answers. So we got a Boston bro, which I did that terribly, a Southern belle, and a Valley girl. So you know what? We're going to do a Valley girl. So now, when it comes to me to reveal my answer, I go, well, like, I think an ass-flavored stripper making a sex tape. And, of course, you're trying to be as dumb and silly as you can to try to get the biggest laugh, and then maybe the judge will give you the point. Once everybody's done theirs, then the judge is going to determine, through whatever arbitrary means they want, who's going to get this cue card. Whoever gets it, this is a point. And you're basically just going to do that until somebody reaches either a predetermined amount of points, or you've basically played until you're not wanting to play anymore. But then of course the next player will then be the judge, and you're going to do the same thing. And that's really all Cheer Up is. It's very simple, very basic game. So let's see what I think about it. Alright, Cheer Up. Well, right out of the gates, I'm going to get the elephant out of the room. If you do not like games like Cards Against Humanity or Joking Hazard, you're easily offended, you don't like pedophile jokes, you don't like dick jokes, fart jokes, poop jokes, anything like that, don't play this game. You're not going to like it. This game is meant for people who have a dark, twisted sense of humor. So those of us who do have a dark, twisted sense of humor, I have to say I actually enjoyed the game more than I thought I was going to. The thing I think I like the most about the game is it knows exactly what it's doing. It knows exactly what it is. You are pandering to the judge. There is no secrecy like with Cards Against Humanity. You don't know who played the card, so you're giving out the card based purely on the answers. No, here you are giving out an arbitrary point. Maybe I'm trying to get in your pants, so I'm going to keep giving you the points in hopes that maybe I can maybe get somewhere. Or maybe you're my friend and yours was pretty funny, so I'm just going to give it to you, whatever. And the game knows that. You are giving out an arbitrary point. You are playing a game to just be dumb and make the most ridiculous, disgusting, just scum of humanity answers. And the other thing I like about this, actually over Cards Against Humanity and Joking Hazard, is you do not have a persistent hand. You do not carry cards from round to round to round to round to round. You will get 2 cards from each pile during the question. So you have to make use of those cards, and then they're all discarded and you draw new cards the next round. And I like that actually a lot, because it makes you have to, like, okay, well, these aren't that good. But I mean, sometimes, of course, just like in Cards Against Humanity, sometimes you gotta throw away a card. And you come across those as well, but I really like that because it mixes that up. So you're not sitting on this one card like, oh, this is gonna be hysterical. No, you play that bad boy now and hope it gets a hootin' and a hollering. And I like that. However, I do like to mention in a game that I like, which I do mention some negatives about the game because no game is perfect. And this game is no exception. Honestly, it's got a few, minor flaws I'm not really going to mention just because they're the same things that like Cards Against Humanity, all those have. And of course, it's inappropriate and blah, 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 blah. But the biggest problem that we had with the game is honestly, these R cards. These R cards are we're going to force you to be silly cards, and they're stupid. Just flat, plain, I'm going to leave it at that, they're dumb. There's a couple of them that aren't bad. Like one of them, my favorite one actually, is each player has to put air quotes around one of your words, and then wink at them afterwards. And sometimes that can be hysterical. But then I have to talk like a Russian leader. Ooh. Or just stupid stuff. I have to whisper the rest of the round. It's stupid. And honestly, these R cards, I could take or leave them. I'd rather leave them, to be honest. Maybe they'll be better in the full version. But in the demo game, we actually enjoyed the game leaps and bounds more than when we took these out of the game and just didn't use them. Another couple other issues we had were because it's a demo copy, we had to keep shuffling the A, B, and C piles, and we started seeing the same cards really quick, which of course won't be a problem with the full game. So really the only issue we really had with the game is these R cards. They kind of bring the silly and wackiness of the game down. So overall, yeah, I highly recommend Cheer Up. Do not be fooled by this little box. This is not a kid's game. This is a very inappropriate game. Get some beers, invite some friends over, pick up this game. It's really fun. Anyways, that is my review for Cheer Up, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time in the Quarantine.